You and your wife married? What year?
November 28 of 1998.
And when did you separate?
1/25 of 2022.
You have children?
Yes.
How many? 2?
Yeah.
You had to think about that.
Yeah, 2. But what I'm thinking about is the time we separated. I think it was 2023, sorry.
You left the house?
Yes, I went to a Hubbard house.
Okay. Now I'd like to see the GoFundMe page that
Sure.
Ms. Padilla created. And Ms. Padilla, you do not deny that you created the GoFundMe page?
I do not deny. I did create it.
Just a second. You did create it and you wrote it?
Yes.
And people donated money based on what you wrote?
Correct.
How much?
As of today, the total is $7,158.
Okay. And Ms. Padilla, I assume that you gave the plaintiff's wife that money.
Correct.
Just a second. Is that correct, or is there a caveat in there?
There is a caveat.
Let's have the caveat.
All the expenses were paid towards her mortgage and utilities directly or through a third party.
What third party?
Teresa Seamus.
Who is that?
She's a friend of the family.
Okay, so money was given to her to pay the bills directly?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to read it out loud. It is with humble hearts that we reach out to you today for help in a situation involving our beloved Aunt Blanca. For 24 years, she has suffered in silence about her abusive marriage. During those years, she has endured psychological, emotional, spiritual, and physical abuse. She was belittled, insulted, manipulated, threatened, assaulted, controlled, and kept in the dark about all family finances. After several terrifying events, Blanca found the strength to finally speak up and seek help. She went to court and was awarded a restraining order against him and was able to return to her home. Her husband has become even more dangerous, as has completely abandoned his responsibilities as a father and a husband. He has emptied all of their life savings, retirement accounts, bank accounts, and has maxed out most of their credit cards. He has fraudulently opened accounts in her name, as well as the kids, to ruin their credit and ability to obtain funds. Not only has he left them without any money and ruined them financially, but he has also gone as far as repossessed her car, shut off all of her utilities in the house, and closed most credit cards she had access to for food. He has threatened to stop paying the mortgage and leave them homeless. He continues to go on luxury shopping sprees, buying cars, a motorcycle, lavish vacations. Blanca has serious health issues, relies on medication and ongoing medical care. Her daughter suffers from life-threatening asthma, needs her medication as well. Her husband has violated his restraining order on several times without consequences. Both Blanca and her daughters are in constant fear for their lives. He has gone as far as saying she needs mental help and claims she's erratic and is a danger to her daughter. Everyone close to her in this situation knows this is far from the truth. Blanca and her daughter need protection and legal help to proceed with a divorce to keep him away. We ask for your financial help, and I write with great appreciation. Thank you all. And then on March 18th, you wrote again, I would like to inform everyone that I am being sued for the funds that were raised. I'm being accused of defamation of character and a fraudulent GoFundMe page. The same person who continues to remain nameless, well, that's not true, would like to receive the funds that were raised for his family. The hearing will be held next week. What makes you think the same person who continues to remain nameless? What does that mean?
I didn't mention his name in the GoFundMe.
That's not a possible defense. You have to understand that. That is not a possible defense. That because you didn't put in his name, that he cannot be identified. You do understand that?
I do understand.
Okay. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
I have to get something off my chest first things first in this case. Hector here is coming off a little zesty to me. He's got the blue contact lenses in. He's got the interestingly, weirdly skin-dyed beard situation going. I don't know what's going on, but he seems a little zesty. There's nothing wrong with that, but maybe that's why there's some weird abuse going on in this situation. Now, if all of these claims are true, I think the GoFundMe stands as it is. For whatever reason, he believes that this is fake. I am sort of leaning towards that he actually did do these things, and I don't think that these women are actually lying about the situation. But I want to know what you guys think so far. Do you think Hector is lying? Do you think that he did do these things in the GoFundMe claims? Or is this just all one big chaotic mess of a family, and it's just a divorce and it gets messy and things just get gross? Let me know what your thoughts are.
I want you to show me proof that he has opened up accounts in her name and the children's names. I want you to show me that he has opened accounts after they separated, which was January 25th, 2023, in her name and the children's names. I want you to do it.
I don't have that evidence. I don't have evidence.
Then you're guilty, madam. Just a second. Then you're guilty. Do you understand? I'm going to pick out things here and ask you that unless, do you have proof that he opened up accounts in your name or your name after January 25th, 2023?
Not after January 25th.
Then you're guilty. Because if accounts were open while they were together and while they're married, I'm not taking statements as to whether he had their consent. People do things when they're in a married situation. So do you have an account that he opened after January 25th, 2023? If the answer is yes, you can stand.
He had it still open and active after that, but he did not open it after 2023.
Then I'm not interested. What happened in your family prior to the separation of your family is within your family, and I'm not getting into your finances within your family. Right now, she says he has fraudulently opened accounts in her name as well as their kids to obtain credit funds. Wrong, guilty. See what happens when you butt into somebody else's business that you're supposed to stay out of?
But, Your Honor.
Don't speak.
Yes, Your Honor.
This has nothing to do with you. This has to do with you.
That's
what
correct.
you can prove to me. I'm not finished with this stick. Just a second. I'm going through line by line.
Okay.
I would like you to show me, or if you have them from the plaintiff's wife, any medical records describing physical abuse that she alleges happened at the hand of her husband. Do you have any?
I don't have medical records.
Doctor's reports?
No, I don't have medical records.
Okay, here we go. Do you have any proof that the plaintiff violated a restraining order that is in place against him?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
So I have the arrest.
No, I just want to see. There's a protective order.
There's an injunction, yes.
There's a protective order.
And these are the police reports, the arrest warrant.
Okay, I'd like to see it.
Okay. And I have the injunction as well.
Okay, so you appeared before a judge in December of 2023.
Yes.
Were you ever served with a protective order? That's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
Okay. Did you go to court on that protective order?
No.
Did you have a hearing with regard to that protective order?
No.
Is there a final order of protection?
Yes, but without me appearing to the hearing.
So you just defaulted and didn't appear. Is that what you're saying to me?
I had to dismiss her injunction because she attacked me. And she had her first injunction, and I was in the house the first time. I dismissed all her charges, and she retaliated by opening up a false injunction against me, which I thought I didn't have to go to court because mines were set. I didn't have to appear in court I dismissed her injunction. I did not know that she had opened one against me.
When had you filed one protective
On the
order?
25th, when it happened, the attacks, on the 20th and 25th, the police was called. They analyzed the whole situation, and they ended up arresting her.
How long were you incarcerated?
2 days. May I speak?
Not yet.
Okay.
So you understand that there is a protective order against you that was issued on default.
On default because she admitted things that weren't true.
It was issued on default because you weren't there.
Because I wasn't there, yeah.
You understand that?
I understand that, yeah. And I'm wearing an
Fine.
ankle bracelet right now for that. It took me a lot to get here.
It took what?
For 8 months, I've been wearing an ankle bracelet because of that injunction that I violated, supposedly.
That part then is true. Her husband has violated his restraining order on several occasions without consequences, with the exception of an ankle bracelet, which is a consequence. So you're home free on that. Okay. Now you wanted to say something?
Yes. I want to say that on January 26th, I went to the Hubbard House, which is a domestic shelter.
I want to hear what happened before that. Was that before or after your arrest?
This was before. And so on January 26th, I went to the court and applied for a temporary injunction, which is an order of protection. He was served on February 1st. In retaliation, he went to the police and he had me arrested February 2nd under false charges.
What did he allege in the action that he filed against you, that they
beat him
arrested you?
up.
You had to have known.
There were scratches, which he alleges, and I have photos of the scratches. He says that
His.
she, yes.
And he
that-
alleged that she scratched you.
Yes.
Okay, have a seat. Okay. So the GoFundMe page has two problems. One is physical abuse, of which you have no proof other than her statement.
and
my
Brandon's.
statement.
And have you ever been arrested for physically abusing your wife?
Never.
So you're basing the physical abuse on statements that your aunt made to you.
Brandon.
And as well as
Brandon
me,
was
Your
the
Honor.
person that
Because
told
I
me.
grew up-
Just this is not a shout out.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Now, I don't know what gets a niece involved in a divorce situation like this. Maybe perhaps this is a cultural thing that I don't understand, but this situation is absolutely off the rails. She starts a GoFundMe for a divorce situation, which, you know, I guess makes sense to some people, I don't know. But she gets herself involved in a situation that she has no reason to be, if you think about it. Now, she could have very well easily said, hey, this is a GoFundMe for my, aunt who's going through some situations that are really tough, and I really need some help for her to pay for her bills and keep herself afloat during this process. But she goes in and tweaks the story a little bit and causes it to be a little bit more dramatic than it is because, of course, you get more money that way. So, in some cases, if it is true that she has lied about one thing or two things, then perhaps she's actually lying more in this whole GoFundMe situation. And I believe that she didn't think that this was going to happen. I believe she felt like it was just going to be like, I get some money and I hand it over and it's all good. We get the payout, get the bag, it's all good. But I feel like she's now sitting here in this courtroom regretting the situation that she's in. Now we're going to move on and hear about the abuse and the domestic stuff that's going on. And I am a little bit concerned to hear about it because we have the son here who is testifying against his own father. And in that case, I believe that there's not a whole lot he can do to plead for his own case, because when you have mom and son and, niece here, that's a lot of testimony that's all being corroborated, and I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. So let's keep watching and see where this case goes.
You're basing this statement on statements that the plaintiff's son told you
Correct.
about. Stand. You're Brandon.
Yes, that's me.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you've indicated that you witnessed your father physically abusing your mother.
Yes.
Have you ever witnessed your mother physically abusing your father?
No, I have not.
Okay. Tell me when the act or acts of physical abuse took place and what you observed. Date, year, month.
Around 2019 or 2018, 2019, my parents, who continuously had very intense and abrasive fights that were very detrimental to me and my sister. One day it got really intense and my dad pushed my mother to the floor. And I know that my father, in addition, had also thrown objects at my mom before I had seen. They didn't hit her, but he did threaten her. I have, very vivid images of that. And
Very good. You can sit down. No. No. Okay, there are probably some things in your GoFundMe page that are accurate. I probably would believe that during the course of this acrimonious separation, and they've clearly had fights, which according to your witness, were intense between both of them. Now, you didn't say just his father, he said they were intense fights. That being said, I believe that he emptied the bank accounts. I believe that he cut off our credit cards. That's what people do when they get separated and it's acrimonious. That's what happens. And you can put that in here because that's true. You can't put in things that aren't true. And you put in things here that aren't true, and that's defamatory. You can't do that. In any event, you should have kept your nose out of other people's business.
I wasn't going to let her drown. When he left her and he tried to destroy her.
Just a second.
I did
Listen to
everything
me.
in my ability
Are you trying to
help.
talk over me? You can help. You cannot say things on a public forum disparaging someone else with stuff that you can't prove. And you can't prove that he fraudulently, after the separation, opened up bank accounts in her name and the children's name in an attempt to ruin their credit. You can't prove that. This is defamatory. You're accusing him of fraud, and you can't prove it. Okay, so that was not true, Mr. Diaz, what she wrote about you, or that she has no proof of it, that you opened up credit cards. The rest of it, fair game in this GoFundMe page. She can say that you were overbearing. She can say that her aunt was afraid of you. She can say that you stopped paying the mortgage. She can say that you closed out her credit cards. Did you do all those things, by the way?
No.
Did you stop
have
paying the
proof.
mortgage?
No.
I have proof.
Just a second.
No, ma'am. I've been living away from my home for now up to a year.
Yes.
I put the house on a forbearance. I've been paying $1,700 for rent to live outside since May.
I want you to listen to my question very carefully, and let's not be slippery.
Okay.
I asked you if you stopped paying the mortgage.
No.
You've been paying the mortgage every month. She's going to show me. I don't want to know that you've been paying someplace else to live and you stopped paying. That's a reason. I'm just asking you a question. I
couldn't-
expect an answer.
Okay, so
did you pay the mortgage?
I paid up until I left the house. When I left the house,
Well, that was in January of 2023.
I had to call in. I said I was no longer employed, and I had to
Okay. All right.
put the house on forbearance.
Okay, fine.
So-
So the answer is you stopped paying the mortgage. Okay. The only thing that she wrote here that she has no proof of, which is a crime, is opening up credit cards in somebody else's name. And when you do that, and it's after parties have separated, and if you do it for the purposes of ruining their prospective credit, well, that's a crime. And she has no proof of that.
Never done that.
Okay.
I try to resolve this GoFundMe page amicably with her. These are her responses.
I don't care what her responses
Okay.
were, sir. Actually, she's not allowed to say anything that's untrue, accusing you of committing a crime on her GoFundMe page. Judging for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. We're finished.
This court is adjourned.
Next time, I'm going to suggest to everybody else they stay out of other people's business.
Esther, yeah, she's very inflammatory in her emails, in her fake postings.
I was going to allow my family to be ruined financially and legally. I was going to stand up and do the right thing for them. I don't think what I did was incorrect. And just because I didn't have the evidence with me today doesn't mean he didn't do that.
It got messy because she claims her allegations that I went and wrote her emails, wrote her text messages after there was a no contact order. So she used all that evidence to keep me away from my children.
Just because you're married doesn't mean you can't do a police report. Just because you're married doesn't mean this is right, and defend yourself.
You know, we're still the same entity because we're still married.